and I'm feeling chatty. So here we go. What do we got? Okay. I already somewhat packed, so I'm gonna unpack and then repack. Here's a beautiful mug that I got in Bishop. It was like $6. $6! It's got a screeching eagle. I presume that eagle is screeching. Okay, what do we got? Let's see, what are we taking rock climbing? What kind of climbing are we doing? I always like having a list, so let's look at the list I have, if I can find it. Let's not look at the list. Lists are for losers. Maybe it'll pop up. So, going sport climbing. So if I'm going sport climbing, I bring this big ass bag. This is the Black Diamond Creek 50, and I like it. I sort of like it. I don't like that I had to, that after ripping the top of one of the handles, rather than them warrantying it, that I had the fortune of going to a good local repair shop, and they did a beautiful job. But that's kind of maybe how it should have been built in the first place for a bag that is sort of making believe it's a haul bag. It's a little annoying. It kind of reminds me of like a fairing on a Ford Pinto or something, or a truck where they got all the aftermarket stuff but on like a base. I kind of wish, like if a Metolius haul bag had just an outer pouch like this and decent suspension and cost $100 more than this did, I would have bought that. So this ripped. I like went to pick it up out of the back of the van and it ripped. Like it'd be one thing if it was like, hey, there's a hole in the bottom from me dragging it over rocks, and they're like, sorry, we can't warranty that. But the shoulder strap, like that's just like so fundamental. It's like the axle breaking on your car. It's like, well, you're driving it, right? It's like, no, but that's not normal wear and tear. Whatever. So this is a Creek 50. It's a bag, and we're going sport climbing, so I'm bringing quick draws. I have a bunch of draws already hanging on a project, so I had to put together some alpine draws. So I probably have like 20 draws together here. I like to sling, I have this old piece of cord that actually I think I found somewhere, and so it sort of has a nice aesthetic to it. So I like to put those guys in the very, very bottom, doink, because they kind of round out, they kind of conform, and if you lay them pretty flat, that works out nicely. I have my harness, and I like to put my gree-gree on the very front of my harness. I kind of always, no matter what, have a locking carabiner and an auto block on my harness. And then my personal anchor system, which I just always go back and forth on whether or not I think these are a dumb, bulky waste of time or not, but it's living on my harness at the moment. And then this guy goes next. And then, oh yeah, and in these front pockets, in this little zipper pocket here, I've taken to, when I replaced my fanny pack, this is the Patagonia Black Hole fanny pack is the one I replaced it with. And this is what I have like the rest of my sort of 10 essentials in. So I have a compass, even though I'm never, you know, I feel like a compass, if I have to think about whether or not I should bring a compass, I'm never gonna bring a compass, so I just always bring one, even though, and I have fire starter, like then I also have a lighter in my other, this is extra batteries, some cord. So it's like it sort of rounds out the 10 essentials stuff. Iodine, this Dermatone lip and sunblock stuff. I would say is kind of a 10 essential, because if you truly are stuck out for quite a while, your lips disintegrating is gonna impair your ability to make good decisions. I like using old coffee bags. I have some toilet paper shoved in here, and I like using these as a wag bag. If I really had to, I could shit in this bag. It'd be a little tricky, but I could do it. I could do it. I'll do it right now. Since this is a waste product, the bag that is, that I'm always gonna, and the poop, and toilet paper is a thing I'm gonna make very often anyway. I always have these bags. So I think at the very, very least, if I'm just, because you should always, I'm sure you know, you should not bury your toilet paper or burn your toilet paper. Don't do that ever. Don't do that. It will get dug up someone will find it, a human will find it. So, and that's, you don't want that. A coffee bag is a nice thing to pack it out in because it smells like coffee. What I used to use was little Ziploc bags. It's just nice to not create any more plastic. It would also work really well for feminine hygiene products. So these go in this pocket, which is also ripping. And then there's a little mesh pack above that. The Belagles always live in there. And then what else are at? So in the very, very bottom here, this is a first aid kit that goes in this little nook way down here. And then this is my PT bag, which has a TheraBand and a lacrosse ball for helping me warm up when I get there. This is like skin care. We've got liquid chalk, which is almost empty. We have tape. We have a brush to clean off the bottom of my shoes. We have another brush. We have, crazy glue and new skin. We've got this bag, which has sandpaper. Oh, and chapstick. Oh no, Split. I'm sorry, it's the Rhino. Oh, some hand salve. I didn't remember this was in here. That's a organizational snafu, not even knowing it's in there. Is that a snafu? That's not really a snafu. It violates a rule of organization. So skincare goes in here. I'm bringing 2 pairs of shoes today because I'm trying to remind myself at the beginning of the season, like how these 2 different shoes climb. These are the La Sportiva Otaki and the Butura Acro. Those go in there. Give it one of these, doink. It fits all right in there. Oh yeah, and this is the Trango Beta stick clip. This is the shorter one because I have a painter pole stick clip if I ever needed a truly, truly monster stick clip. And I like this shorter one because you can fly with it, which I don't think I've ever done, but it also like that it just stays, it's not so monstrously sticking out of the bag. And this is miscellaneous that I will almost definitely not need, but a really long sling if I need to build an anchor, another friction hitch, yeah, my mini traction, ETC Pro guide, I mean. My rope, which really needs to be cleaned, and I find if I have this very old Metolius rope bag, and if I don't tighten it up too much so it's kind of squishy, I can kind of bloop it in here. And if I do this, I can kind of bloop it. This is blooping. See this blooping? And normally I don't have a big dead air spot right there. It's not perfect. I have kind of different packing philosophies for backpacking versus cragging. I'm going to Lookout today, which is a 30-minute uphill hike. But like if I'm going in a more like a longer, realer approach, I would use a pack like this, the Mountain Equipment. I don't remember what the specifics of this bag are, but it's very light. It's very minimal structure, and so I have to be much more deliberate in how I pack it. It's a lovely bag. Mostly impermeable. It's very minimal, beautiful hardware. I don't think it has any plastic hardware. This is plastic, but these metal buckles are ingenious. Anyway, kind of what I like about the Creek 50 is I can be a little careless. I don't want to say careless, but like there's a little air pocket down there. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Extra. So Talenti containers are my favorite storage container. So I've got some magnesium carbonate, MgCO3, magnesia alba. It's chalk. There is. There's my chalk bag. This is a chalk bag. It has chalk in it. It's a bag. And oh yeah, here's some belay gloves. We're gonna put those in there. I fill in some dead space. Oh, this is an Oregon necessity. Just a big old fucking brush. I use it to clean mud off of my shoes, or more often to brush. I'll brush chalk, but also lichen and debris off of the wall. Another Oregon necessity, especially in the spring, a big tarp. These are the clothes I'm going to put on after except for my OnlyFans. No. These Gramici, these are like mid-90s Gramicis that I bought on the internet for $34. They were in such excellent shape, and I immediately went climbing in them and stepped in mud. and was sad that I did that. So I'm gonna have these as gym and town, and when the weather gets drier, I'll go climb them. I don't want to get them muddy again. So I have my these, whatever, it doesn't matter what I'm wearing. And then my fanny pack, and then my helmet, of course. And then I'll have some food. What do I have for food? Let's take a look. Take a look, it's in a book, The Reading Rainbow. These are some of the things that I'll bring. Bring one of these, two of these, one for three of these. Oh, Rachel's brother's coming, so I'll bring one of these for him too. Chicken thighs, chicken thighs and chicken tenders. These chicken tenders at Costco, they're pretty good. And I have some veggies I'll probably pour on top of that. And then beer, fake beer. And then an orange probably. And some sugar of some sort, some like chocolate. Yeah, and some nuts. Ooh, maybe I'll dump some kimchi on top of that chicken. Chaos. That's my culinary style. Chaos. Oh yeah, and I like this doormat. The doormat is nice for the muddy surfaces. And the tension flashboard. And that's pretty much everything. And I do have a checklist somewhere. You know, it would be nice to show it to you. I'm very proud of myself. My comforter is in the wash right now, and that I loaded it in such a way as to not be off balance. I always feel like I'm winning. Well, oh, here it is. Here it is. Here's my climbing. This is my day bag. I'm gonna put it's my conceptual purse. I'm gonna sell it for $4,000. I just put little slots in there, and you put your IDs in it and everything. Put some drugs in here. It's gonna be all the rage. Yeah, climbing checklist. Harness, belay device. Do we need a plate device, Gregory? I got both. Shoes, crack shoes, face shoes, approach, descent. Okay, I got what I need. Chalk, I got chalk and chalk. Got belay goggles. Water, I haven't packed that yet. Let's get that. We'll come back to that. So I need water. I got stick clip. Wind insulation. I will bring my Houdini. And then I have an insulation layer. It's supposed to be like 66 today. Rope, got that. This is the reminder, do I need 2 ropes and do I have the right length? Do I have the right rack? Do I need anchor material? Do I have my butt mat? Oh yeah, thank you. There you go. That's why a checklist is awesome. Bring a mat. I'm just gonna bring actually this pad. The butt mat I usually just have like a small piece of foam. Tension board, got that. I have a hat, sun hat, a buff or bandana. Okay, I like having skincare. Skincare was that little tan bag. Coffee. I have the thermos that I'm gonna refill right now. 1 square breath. A square breath. Andrew Huberman teaches, our Lord and Savior Andrew Huberman teaches that a prolonged expiratory phase tends to relax the nervous system, and that a prolonged inspiratory phase tends to excite it. A square breath would be kind of in the middle, but square breaths are usually taught as 4, 4, 4, and 4. So. And then the washer stopped just in line with that. So that's everything. What's this? Oh, this is my redo list. Do I have my helmet on this list? Riveting. Time to go. Goodbye, everyone. Till next time. Oh, hey, a few quick afterthoughts. I changed into my rock climbing clothing. Few quick afterthoughts. Yeah, I use toilet paper. I was pretty aggro about never. There's a meme out right now with Liver King talking about never wiping. And then one of my favorite I forgot his name. He's a wonderful person. Here's his name. Here's his name. Here's his name. Can I do it? Here's a test of my skills. Can I put it in the box? In the box. In the box. That's the whitest way of saying that lyric ever. Screet in the box. Do you screet in the box? Is that what he's saying? I don't know what's going on. Didn't sleep very well. We watched Mulholland Drive last night, and I had weird dreams. I ate an entire we ate an entire Kirkland. There was a co-conspirator, ate an entire Kirkland pepperoni pizza, and watched Mulholland Drive, and ate some chicken fingies, and ate some, ironically, this is the ultimate, like ordering a Big Mac and a Diet Coke. I ate a half a pizza, but also had some keto ice cream. Anyway, poops, right. Why am I telling you this? This doesn't need to be an addendum, but it is anyway. With toilet paper. I used to be so proud of myself for never using toilet paper when I pooped in the wild. I did use toilet paper in the front country, as I would pretentiously refer to it. Would always use natural items, like Mike Cleland taught me. This is a fucking excellent book. Even if you have zero intention of being ultra light. First of all, it's a tiny book. It's beautiful. It is, to find a book that is this 130 pages or little around, but have so much information and be so fun to read. If you have zero interest in being ultra light, but just like being in the backcountry, just get this book and read it. Hopefully you can still find it. I'm sure you can find it. It's a Falcon book. It's not like this is some ancient text that no one's ever heard of. But I love this man. He has a book on Mike Cleland. He also has a book on telemark skiing. Is that him and someone else? Brilliant. Beautiful. Look at these illustrations. So fun. Yeah, I'm not going to cut this snippy off my thingy, but it's just a fun book to read. And it's just like, as far as planning, as far as philosophy, and also some good things like etiquette, like don't fucking blast people with your light. Awesome. Beautiful. I'm obviously not ultralight from how although I am of two minds. Like if I'm going out for multiple days with a single objective, then I will not snip my beanie, but I do consider weight, and I will not have so much redundancy, and I won't have all of this carelessly throwing shit in that bag. That's specifically for cragging. I'd said for sport climbing. It's not for sport climbing per se, it's for cragging. Although if I were trad climbing, I would maybe also be more conscious about how I was packing, because I don't want to destroy, because quick draws are more durable than cams. Oh, pooping, wiping your butt. You can wipe your butt with a Douglas fir snow cone. You can wipe your butt with a rock. This one's too small, this one's too big, and this one's just right. It was the 90s. I love that band. I've never wiped my butt with snow, but I've wiped my butt with a lot of ropes. No one's ever gonna rock climb with me again. A lot of rocks, never a rope. Thank you very much. Maybe some old tat. Tat is old abandoned webbing, generally. If you're being a good citizen, you might cut old tat and replace it with webbing that you happen to have. So I guess if you had that in your pack and you're hiking out, you could wipe your butt with it. But yeah, rocks. So I used to do that. Sometimes I do that. I mean, sometimes I have to poop and I don't have toilet paper, or I've already used it. So, grass. Never done it. This is the. I've never done this one. The scooting your butt down the hill. But whether you're crazy enough to think you want to, I don't think it's that crazy, but I understand. For someone who has pooped outside and slept outside so many days in my life, I forget. It's been so long since I've done any guiding. I forget that is weird. It is not normal. It is very atypical to poop in a hole and to wipe your butt with a rock. That is, in some settings, behavior that would get you on a 72-hour hold, depending on where you are in the circumstances. So anyway, that's all. That was just my little addendum. You gotta get ready. Finish getting ready. Bye, everybody. Have fun out there. Be safe. Have fun. Be safe. Look good. Okay, this is the quick food addendum. Here we go. This is just a way for me to remember that I'm getting all of the Macronutrients, carbohydrate, protein, lipids, something tasty, and then salts. And these are things that I have in the refrigerator. So this is chicken. This is chicken and vegetables. Here's some carbohydrate. This is some granola. Here's a bagel. Here's a grapefruit. There's 2 oranges. This is a lot of shit. That's fine. I love citrus. It's delicious. This is a lot of... See, again, this is the definitely not ultralight because I'm carrying a heavy plastic thing and orange rinds and citrus rinds. Again, just same reason you pack... Yes, this is biodegradable, but you don't throw your rinds everywhere because you're not a fucking heathen. Nuts. Chocolate. More chocolate. Chomps, which are like beef jerky. There's the smoothie I'm going to drink. And this is Endurex, which is like Eric Hurst's pre-workout. Goodbye. It's funny, when I get a little sleep deprivation, I feel jazzed. It's critical I get really good sleep tonight, because if I don't, then tomorrow I will be down in a hole, and I don't want that.